Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and tell me what you thought down in the comments. What's up, Model Maniacs? Jay Bookie back again with another build, and today we have a Tiger 1 with 88mm KWK, that's Panzerkampfwagen Kanone L71 by Trumpeter. Gonna be a pretty cool kit. Let's take a look at the box and see what we got inside. Trumpeter's never been known for their elaborate boxes. However, this kit has some pretty nice box art, as you can see here. On the side of the box, we got a picture of the finished product. And also, it comes with a stand, which I'm not going to be using. I wasn't really impressed with it. The kit also comes with a water slide decal set, close-up photos, also an advisory stating that this product is not a toy, and that is suitable for ages 14 and over. So if you're not 14 and over, or you're a mouth breather, don't build this. Inside the box, we have advertisements for more of Trumpeter's wonderful products, several individually packaged sprues with pretty decent detail, and a bag with tracks, extra track links, and some tow cables. These are all made out of vinyl. Wasn't a huge fan of them, and I'll get into why during the build. Water slide decals, and an easy to read manual. Alright, let's rock. First thing I'm going to do is start cutting the pieces off the sprues with my brand new Tamiya sharp side cutters. Worth every penny. These things are amazing. As always, I'm flexing on fools with Tamiya extra thin cement. Wheels for days. One of the most frustrating things about this kit is the fact that the back plate does not attach very well. It's super awkward, and it leaves some egregious gaps that you're going to have to putty over. Otherwise, it's just going to look like a piece of garbage. Oof, that is nasty. Attaching these toe chains, absolutely horrible. No matter what I tried to do to make these things stick to the plastic. Extra thin glue, super glue, you name it, they just didn't want to do it. And it drove me crazy. Why is this even a thing right now? What am I doing? Surprise! More gaps. Wow. Alright, to me a great putty time. Let's do it. I think we're ready for paint. Pretty effortless build. Pretty good detail when everything comes together. I'm looking forward to weathering this up a little bit. So first thing we're going to do is hit this up with a coat of Vallejo Red Brown. I think this is a good representation of what German red oxide primer would look like on their vehicles. It's a little light now, but we're going to take care of that later. Let's hit the tracks up real quick with some MIG gunmetal. I think it's going to bring out some of the details really nicely. So let's take a darker version of that red-brown and spray it around. Oh, that rhymes. Unintentional poet. So the reason I'm doing it this way is it's acting like a reverse highlight. I'm darkening up broader surfaces, and I'm keeping some of the edges lighter. Base coat's done. Let's get into that camo. Using my Badger Velocity airbrush at 25 psi to lay down strips and patches of Vallejo Dunkelgelb, or dark yellow. I envisioned a vehicle that was coming out of a factory at the end of the war. Wasn't a lot of time for bells and whistles, so they just made up their own camo with whatever was laying around. Painting's done, and now we can focus on these crappy vinyl tracks. I gave them a quick shot of MIG bare metal colors, and now I'm going over them with various dry pigments from MIG and Vallejo, oxide, light sienna, and a light rust to give them contrast. Pigments are down, time to bind them with a little bit of MIG pigment binder. What this does is help keep the pigments on the surface that you adhered them to, rather than all over your fingers, making you look like some kind of Cheetos eating weirdo. While the tracks that came with the kit don't have a problem with fit, like all the other Tamiya rubber bands that will rip your axles off of your build, these did not want to stick together with any type of glue that I used, so I had to staple them like an asshole. Time to hit them cracks and crevices with Tamiya black panel liner. Ooh. Don't worry if you went a little bit overboard with that panel liner. Get yourself a brush, odorless enamel thinner, and blend it into the rest of the paint. Actually works really nice for a grime effect. So now we're going to use some MIG filters. I'm using a brown filter on the yellow sections of the camo just to shift their tone a little bit. I didn't like the sandiness of the paint that was already on there, so the enamel really helps make the color pop out. Chipping effect time. Red, brown, and black applied with a very tiny sponge makes for excellent chipping on hard edges. So what I'm going to do now is take a little bit of Lead Belcher by Citadel and just add some volume into the larger scratches on this vehicle. I want to make it look like something rubbed against this vehicle so hard to take the paint and primer off and go straight down to bare metal. Time to add some more dry pigments, but this time to the hull of the vehicle. I want to simulate some real big time dirt and grime buildup. Cool little trick. Use some pigment binder and some dry pigment and you can make streaks just as good as the enamel stuff. Sprinkle some dust on them fools in high definition. So let's put down these water slide decals. I originally tried to paint the insignia on, but it looked like a 5-year-old did it, so I opted for the water slides that came with the kit. And while not great, they're not terrible either. Build's almost done. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. But first, a couple more effects. So we're going to use some streaking grime and streaking rust from MIG, just to simulate this vehicle having been through a rainstorm or something. Some water hit the top of the turret and pulled a bunch of the crap down with it. So now we're just going to take a little bit of MIG odorless enamel thinner. You could use any odorless enamel thinner for this effect and just drag these streaks down. Give it that nice appearance of runny, greasy, dirty crap coming off the top of this vehicle. Boom! Pro tip time. So, if you put a brand new water slide decal on top of an already weathered, filthy vehicle, it's going to stand out like a sore thumb. So what you have to do is use a softening agent to make the decal more receptive to enamel-based grime effects, and it'll soak some of that stuff up and become dirty with the rest of the weathering. Almost forgot, got a couple more things I got to paint by hand. So this equipment box, some of the cables, and some other tools that are on this vehicle have to be hit real quick. Last but not least, we're going to add a little bit of oil paint to these hatches and some of the hinges, that sort of thing, just to make them stand out a little bit more, give them that extra layer of dirt and grime. Alright everyone, final product. Looks pretty good, came out better than anticipated. There's a couple things that I would have changed. For instance, the vinyl parts, which I absolutely detested because they don't stick to anything, but that's neither here nor there. It's a $14 kit and I can't complain. I'm going to be using this in a diorama idea that I have coming up, so stay tuned for that. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the like button, tell me down below what you thought about it. If you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. I'm definitely open to them. And take it easy, everyone. I really appreciate you watching my videos. It means a lot to me, and the support is huge. I will see everyone next time. Bye-bye.